Hello, welcome back to Reads of an Apple. My name is Stacy and I'm here to start week 16 of 2023. It is 10 o'clock. It's 10:02 Sunday night, and I have some things to talk to you about, but hopefully this week's first clip, because I'm actually doing it on Sunday and not on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, will be less than 40 minutes to an hour because let's just kind of get into it. So as for books, we'll touch base on books first. So technically this weekend, Saturday morning, I did finish Up in the Air by Dr. Rebecca Sharp. However, I did not film my closing clip for last week's vlog until earlier today. So I ended up just talking about all of this book because it was hard to kind of remember where the 75% mark was, where I finished it Friday, and then where I stopped Friday, and then I finished it Saturday morning. So I talked about all of the book there, including the reading challenges and stuff that I used it for. So definitely check it out. It's one of the last things I talked about in last week's vlog, if you have not seen it already. But I just wanted to say I did read it. Also, I should say, a lot of these books, I participated in the Magical Readathon 24-hour reading sprint situation. It was reading sprints started at 7 o'clock my time, 7 in the morning on Saturday. It was 2 p.m. UK time on G's channel, and she did 9 hours of sprints, but you're supposed to just read as much as you can for 24 hours. And I did vlog it kind of-ish. I had to kind of finagle around a little bit with things. So I'm not going to talk too much about things, but I finished Up in the Air during the beginning of the sprints. And then I did also manage to finish the graphic audio for A Court of Wings and Ruin. I haven't really gone into too much about it because this is a reread, but the graphic audio was amazing, and I can't wait to read more, and I can't wait to listen to Frost and Starlight. I did see that's already available on my Hoopla, so I may or may not be picking that up this month as well. We'll see. I only have a couple checkouts left, so I need to kind of be careful on what I choose to pick out from Hoopla and make sure that whatever, what I want to read isn't also available on Libby, kind of a situation. So I gotta lean more towards the graphic audios maybe, but we'll see what I pick up. I think this is the quickest I've kind of gone through, but this book alone took three checkouts because the 3 parts were separate. But I mean, 5 stars once again. Yeah, and I absolutely loved it. So for my reading challenges, this did work. Finally, I have officially finished the Action Avenue Romanceopoly prompt, which is the fantasy is the genre prompt, or the more specific one is read a fantasy from your TBR. If you haven't got any on your TBR, read the first one that catches your interest. Now, this one I started this book April 2nd. So I've had this one kind of set aside. So it's not in order of where I rolled it playing the board, but I applied it to this book, and then I just hadn't gotten around to finish it yet because I only wanted to read this at home where I could really turn it up, hear all of the sound effects, and really immerse myself in the book. But I finally finished that, so I only have one current Romanceopoly prompt again, which is nice. For the Pretty Pretty Princess board game quarterly challenge, I used this for green on the cover. For Read the Season, I applied this to the first holiday for S for Sarah. For the Fantasy Readathon, this worked for a fantasy romance, a library book, a non-human main character, and 400 plus pages. And then for the Magical Readathon, this ended up working perfectly, where after I finished Up in the Air, That was for a quest. The next quest was reread a favorite book, and I hadn't finished this yet. So I applied this to that because I hadn't applied it. I wasn't planning on applying it to anything else for the Magical Readathon. So it worked out great. And since I did read this all in the month of April, I am counting it, and I listened to like 3 hours and 15 minutes or whatever on Saturday. So that is all I applied it to. And I can finally move on with audiobooks. And it's just kind of nice because I had 2 audiobooks kind of going at the same time because I was only listening to the graphic audio at home. So that was a whole other thing as well. I did start crocheting when I was finishing that. And I picked up a project. I did show it during my 24-hour vlog, but I'll show it to you here because you can't really tell. So I started my bosses, and this is how far I got. I didn't get very far at all. And that's why I'm okay, because I know she watches my videos, and I don't know if this will be done by the time this video goes up, but you can't tell what it is from this. But I did start crocheting it, and I'm kind of excited because this is a new pattern, and this is from a crochet person that I am a big fan of, but I haven't made any of her patterns, but I have a lot of her patterns saved. If you're interested in the pattern below, I mean, you'll notice it when it's done, but it is currently being worked on. But I do have my like work in progress on my Ravelry, which is always linked in my link tree down below. But so I read that. And then I was kind of in a funky emotional mood. And so I paused the 24-hour readathon and I rewatched the BBC mini series, I guess, of Pride and Prejudice, because it is available on Hulu, and I binged all 6 episodes. And usually I like want to crochet or do stuff while I watch TV, but I just wasn't in a good headspace, so I just got a big cozy blanket and I curled up with my kitty on the couch and I just binged that entire series Saturday night. I was like, okay. So then this morning when I woke up, I was like, okay, we're going to count the 6 hours that I wasn't reading last night and then a little bit of extra time because I slept in this morning. Like 2 hours later, I didn't start doing stuff 2 hours later than I wanted to this morning. So I gave myself 8 hours today to focus on reading. So first thing I did this morning was finish the audiobook for Gilded Lily by Stacey Hart. I'm going to give this 4 stars. I enjoyed it. It was a little bit over white thingy at the end. Once again, I chatted a lot about this book during last week because this was the audiobook I had going at work last week. And I was nervous about what like the third act conflict or breakup was going to be. And it ended up kind of being the situation that I expected, but not in the way that I expected it. So I figured there would be issues with her job, which there was. However, it wasn't that she was the issue. The mom of the like celebrity family actually called in and got her boss fired. And then the boss above her, it ended up being like everybody behind the scenes knew that like this subplot line of, you know, trying to steal Lila's boyfriend and just having her as a sympathetic character on the show that the young daughter was messing with. Everyone knew that this was going to be a subplot line except for Lila. And then, because the mom really liked her, she was like, you're going to fire the person who kind of ruined things for the show and for Lila. And you're going to offer her her job. And we will work any events. And we will only specifically work through Lila. And we're also going to offer her her own show because she's going to be an underdog, sympathetic character. And our producers think she can have her own show. And she turned it all down. And she ended up quitting her job and getting like a year's severance or whatever and going into doing it herself. And she is going to use the fame from the show to kind of be able to pick and choose her clients because she should be in demand. based off the way that the wedding and the different parties that she planned for these people went. And so she won't like be stuck when she's starting her new business taking every single client. It should allow her a little bit of leeway to only work on the projects that she really wants to, because she won't be like strapped for money. So I enjoyed it. It was a solid 4 stars. I think why it just felt a little long is because we're starting to get busy at work, so I'm constantly stopping and starting it, so I'm not able to like sit through as like bigger chunks as normal. And I think it might be time, unless we have a super slow day, that I stop listening to audiobooks at work until things kind of slow down again. But I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. I'm glad we're getting busy. But, when I can only listen to 2 minutes before the phone rings or a customer walks in, or one of the guys has to talk to me to write up a ticket or whatever. So it's getting into the busy time. So I'm going to have to kind of go back, I think, to podcasts and music, but that's fine. I'm super behind on a couple of podcasts just because I just kind of stopped listening to them, and those are ones where I don't care if I like. There are some that I care if I miss stuff, but there's a lot of them where I don't. I just let them play, and it's like whatever. I just turn it down, and if it's something I care about, I will pause it. But I feel less weird jumping in and out and constantly pausing it if it is something I want to listen to every bit about. But anyway, as for what I use this for Gildathon, I applied this to illustrated book. I don't think I said. I don't know why I didn't say. Court of Wings and Ruin. I applied this to Quenching, which is reread a book. So I have finally officially finished the first quarter 1 set. So you do get extra bonus points the first time you complete like a full set of prompts. So I forgot to totally mention that. I don't know why, because it's the first on my list here. But anyway, back to Gilded Lily. So Gildathon, I use this for illustrated book. For Pretty Pretty Princess board game challenge, I use this for yellow on the cover. For Read the Season, I had to shift this to holiday number 3, and I applied it to the letter G. And then for the Magical Readathon, this works for the Elemental Studies class. And I can't remember what the specific class was, but the prompt was flowers on the cover. So I only have 1 class prompt left, and then I officially finish my semester of the Magical Readathon, which is great. Then this one I'm not going to talk about too much because I read all of this during the 24-hour readathon, but today I did start and finish Seduced by the Selkie by Lauren Connolly. I had a different idea of a book that I wanted to read because I also have fantasy going on this month, and the book that I had planned to read for A Sea Creature was over 600 pages. And I was like, I need something shorter because I still have a huge stack of TBR books I've hardly touched sitting on my coffee table. So I was like, I need something shorter. So I looked through and I looked for like mermaid retellings, and then I looked for water creature Lustopia, and seeing what I had marked as one to read on Goodreads. And so it took me a while to figure out, but then I saw this one and I was like, Lauren Connolly, that name sounds familiar. And I have seen a lot of ads for this series back when it first came out in 2021, and I immediately put it on my TBR. And then I realized when I was looking through her backlist, she's going to be the new author for the 3rd book in the Green Valley Heroes series from Smarty Pants Romance, which is the series where the first book is Kilby Blades and the second book is Juliet Cross. And I am very excited. Even more excited. I like every little thing I remembered about this book and about the author. It made me more excited to pick up this book. So I read it. I read it in one sitting. It was so much fun. I gave it 5 stars. Basic vibes, cozy, paranormal, fantasy, rom-com-y, small town. It just was very lighthearted and fun and fated mates and like low angst. And it was just so much fun. And I probably said that a billion times when I talked about this book during my vlog, but I loved it. It was exactly what I needed, just something kind of lighthearted and upbeat and just feel good. And I loved it. It took everything in me to not binge the series. So now I have 2 series that I want to binge through. I want to binge through the rest of the Ironwood series by Alessa Thorne so that I can get to the new spin-off of which the first book came out, and the second book she just finished writing, which I should throw out there. And okay, hold on. We'll talk about Alessa Thorne in a second. But anyway, so I love this. Gave it 5 stars. Like I said, check out my 24-hour readathon video or whatever that I had linked above. As for what I'm applying this for, is for Gildathon, for Hearth and Home, because this book gave me cozy feelings. For the Pretty Pretty Princess, I have 2 prompts left, I believe, 2 or 3 prompts left for the main challenge. And then I'm done with it, which is great. However, they do offer bonus options usually if you can't meet those. And the bonus option is similar to the Read the Season, where you pick your favorite board game and then you read a book for each of the letters, and it can be authors' names, series names, title, that kind of a thing. So my favorite, like, normal board game, like you would think like family friendly board game, like Monopoly, Game of Life, things like that, is Scattergories. I love Scattergories. I always wanted everybody to play it with me. I love it. It's so much fun. So my goal is, because there was less prompts than they normally have in this quarterly challenge, to also read books for Scattergories. That is my goal. So I added like what? SCATTERGORIES 13 prompts basically to the challenge. So I applied this for S, one of the S's in Scattergories, to the bonus because it didn't work for the other ones. For Read the Season, I was able to use this for the letter F in Holiday number 2 because the series is Folk Haven. For a Fantasy Readathon, this worked for Blue Cover, Sea Creature, Fantasy Romance, Indie Author, and Non-Human main character, because as you can probably tell, one of the main characters is a Selkie. And then for the Magical Readathon, I used this for the prompt, a quest prompt for title with 4 words. And there is that. Now, before I get into the other book, now that I mentioned it, I did see that I got a newsletter from Alessa Thorne. She likes to send out sneak peeks and let you know what she's working on in that. She announced that recently she announced a new Fae spin-off series with like the uncles of the princes from the first original Wrath of the Fae series, and then announced that the first book was dropping. And she said that the second book is done, and the second book, I guess, is a sea king. I can't remember his name, but the first one was like a forest king. The second one's a sea king. And so there's like a bunch of like mythical sea creatures and stuff happening in it. So she'll probably tell us it's going to be out in like 2 months, and then as soon as the edits are ready, she'll probably drop it in like 3 days or something crazy, because Alessa Thorne likes to do that. She is like one of the most chaotic authors in a good way, and I love it. And then she announced that she has been doing so much research for the third uncle, which she already kind of spoiled for us, is a dragon. And then she talks about how much dragon research she's done, and that how she forgot how much she loves dragons. And so she has a lot of ideas for this third book. She has a lot of ideas for the Great Drakes, of which the hero of the first book in the Ironwood series is a Great Drake. And so she has a bunch of ideas for that spin-off series in the Fae universe. Plus, she said that she has ideas for a dragon, like a different universe dragon series. And dragon, I love Alessa Thorne. And I just want her to write all the books immediately, because I want this dragon series so bad. Oh, And I still want her to write the Roman Goddesses series, which was just a part of her Gods universe. I don't know. If you've read Alessa Thorne and you love her, sign up for her newsletter, because she just spoils you and gets you so hyped for things because she gets so excited about things. And if you haven't, please read Alessa Thorne. She is amazing. I cannot recommend her books more. And join me in the chaotic excitement that is being a fan of her. And then once you've read her books and liked them, just sign up for her newsletter, because you get all of the spoilery deets. But anyway, back to books. Oh, I should also mention, she announced early May the audiobook for the Ironwood series is going to be out. I think it's May 9th. And she said it was like 26 hours long, because it's all 4 books. So, throwing that out there as well. But anyway, after that, I had a couple hours left for my 24-hour vlog, and I was debating what I wanted to pick up next. So I went with Wolf Gone Wild. My plan for the month is to get through most of these books. I was thinking maybe leaving the last 1 or 2 of the series before Grim and Barrett comes out. But I should be getting the ARC somewhat soon, based on what Juliet said. She was going to try to send them out in the next week or 2. So we'll see what happens there. But I was like, I need to start my reread. And I am reading the ebook version of this because, first of all, my kitty was sitting on my lap when I wanted to start reading it and I couldn't reach it. And then I was looking at the page count, and the ebook page count has the page count that I need for my final Magical Readathon class. So that's even better. And plus, I can read it on KU. And even though I have 2 paperback copies, because I have this copy, which is my reading copy, and then I have a signed copy. But then I checked it out on KU, because why not give Juliet the extra page count turns and give her more money, even though I've purchased this book 4 times, but I've given them 2 of them as gifts to people. And I also plan on getting the hardback cover of the Kickstarter that comes in June, but that's a whole other thing. But anyway, so I'm about 30% through. I'm on chapter 11, and I love this series. I love this. It's been a while since I've read Wolf Gone Wild. I don't think I've reread any of these before. If I have, I think I've only reread this one before Don't Hex and Drive came out, I think. But I don't know. But it's just, it felt so cozy to come back into this, because Julia Cross is one of my favorite authors. And I didn't forget how much I loved Mateo and Evie and Alpha, but I love them so much. Wolf Gone Wild is still one of the top books of my favorite in the series. I just enjoy the love to nerds in this book, and the love to art and different types of art in this book. And I mean, I love all the comic things. I love the Star Wars references. I love the Lord of the Rings references. And Alpha is just the best. And I'm just having so much fun rereading this. And yeah, so my reread of Stay a Spell has officially started. We'll see how quickly I can get through them. Now that a lot of my prompts have kind of been taken care of for the Magical Readathon and the Fantasy-a-thon, I can kind of go back to mood reading for this week. So I think I'm going to try to work through Stay a Spell until the weekend. And then this weekend, I plan on picking up the Innkeeper Chronicle book for the book club this month. So we'll see what happens, but I think I'm going to just kind of keep going through my Stay a Spell, and these will be my physical reads, although I could also try to pick up the audiobooks, but I have them all in physical, and the ebooks are available on KU, so I'm going to go this route for now. But yeah, I'm loving my reread so far. So, I think that's it. Oh, I had one other thing before we do the quest calendar. I had to go grab my box because I left it over there. But I did get my Enchanted Fandoms subscription box. So I have not subscribed to their big box, but I get their drinking vessel box. It is every other month. I want to say it's like $20, and then shipping. I think my total comes out around to like $25, but they announced that this drinking vessel starts a new like collection series, of which the previous one was Sarah J. Maas. And I have all 7 of those cups, and they are gorgeous, and I have them displayed on my counter next to my coffee pot. I don't know how this one is going to be a collection, but I know the theme was the Shire. So I don't know if this next collection is going to be like Lord of the Rings, or if it's a collection in like art style or style of mug, or what exactly is going to happen with it. But I'm excited. And I love Lord of the Rings, and I don't have very many Lord of the Rings mugs, so no matter what, I'm super excited. So first off, we have you get a recipe card. So we have the Prancing Pony drink, which is boiling water, dark rum, lime juice, brown sugar, cinnamon stick, and orange peel. Interesting. So that's Prancing Pony. And then the other one is Ent Drought, which is cucumber, Granny Smith apple, mint, honey, and sparkling water. Okay, so you juice the cucumber and water. And then you add mint leaves and honey. Huh. And then you muddle it together. Strain it. And add sparkling water. Interesting. I'm not a big like drink maker that's like super involved, but I mean, I have them, and some of them sound really good, so that might be something I'm looking into trying. So no hints, just a white box. I'm very excited to see what it is. And I was thinking this weekend, I need to organize one of my cupboards, the cupboard that you can see right here, because from this section to, let's see if I can figure out the direction. So from here to, nope, wrong direction. To here. So these 2 cupboards are almost all mugs. There's a couple of like stemless wine glasses, and then this, I have more wine glasses in the top here, and then the bottom are like loose leaf tea. And I have a couple, I have too many mugs. So I was thinking I need to do something else with the tea, and then I can have all 3 of those cupboards being mugs, but... And I have gotten rid of some of my like normal plain mugs. I just have too many fun mugs. Plus I saved a lot that were my mom's that were really cool. So, all right. I'm super excited. It's green on the inside. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it's green on the inside. Oh my gosh. It's a ticket. Daydream Station 4094 Rainbow Street, September 22nd, 10 p.m. Boarding pass to the Shire. So it's like a ticket. That's cool. And then it comes with a matching green spoon. I have one other cup that has a matching spoon, and it's a holiday cup. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Okay, so the theme is probably going to be these tickets. So it might be all places in Lord of the Rings, like Gondor, Mordor, Rivendell, you know, mountain, the Lonely Mountain, the Dark Mountain, the something mountain, or it'll be different fantasy places. I don't know. I'm excited. So we'll know when the next theme is announced. I'm guessing we'll find out at the end of this month, beginning of next month, what the next theme will be. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's so pretty. And it's like, I love that it's like obviously Lord of the Rings, but even if you didn't know that it was Lord of the Rings, which, excuse me, do you even pay attention to the world? But it's still like just really pretty artwork. So even if you don't know, like you don't know it's Lord of the Rings, I think it's still pretty. Plus this green is super fun. I love this. I love it. It is a more normal size mug, so it is a smaller mug, but I'm excited. I kind of want to use it to make some tea tonight, but I want to wash it first. Okay. All right. We're going to move on. The things that make me happy. It's the little things, right? New mugs, new geeky mugs, and books, right? Okay. So let's do the quest calendar. So since we're starting a new week here, I have been playing the quest calendar. It is a daily quest calendar where you play through a role-playing tabletop game with a character. It's D20 based, so think Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, D20 Modern, those types of mechanics. It is made by Sundial Games. I have them linked down below. As always, the theme for 2023 is the Voidspark Chronicles. So it is all set in space and sci-fi based. So think Star Wars, Star Trek, Firefly, Battlestar Galactica, name a sci-fi space opera, any sci-fi space opera, and you got the idea. So, and I do have the Hero Book Companion Sheet. I highly recommend if you get this game doing this. It has a lot of the stuff already laid out for your character, so it's a lot easier to level up. You aren't having to change as much things. All of the base characters that the game comes with is in here, and then it has reusable stickers, which is new for this year, and I hope they bring it back next year for items and different upgrades for your ship. It also has the ship character sheet in here, so we are on the Karnak, which is great, and the different compartments. And also new for this year is this landscape design, which I think is awesome. And then this is the character that we are playing at, Zarilla Tur. She is an Urzen Mystic, so Urzen is her race and Mystic is her class, and she's kind of like a Jedi Force user type person. So there is that. Now we will go over the basics of what the calendar looks like, and then we will play today's stuff. So here is what Friday's sheet looked like. Every day has some fun artwork to kind of show you what's going on. All of the script type font will be the story of what's happening. Anything that's in block type font, usually it's in a box, is the mechanics of how we're going to play through that portion of today's story. And everything you need to know to play this event, to play that day's page, is on the back of the previous day page. And then as you can see, today's page is a combat style. So we'll go over that. So here's where we ended up on Friday. We were tasked with taking some passengers to a couple different planets, and we just dropped off 2 scientists that we had offer rides to here. And as we were getting ready to leave, Stitchers, who are like the big bad guys of this universe, are attacking. They're basically like crazy Frankenstein monsters. So we just got back to our ship and they are now launching an attack. So, yep. Okay, yeah, we are definitely fighting a Stitcher. So as you can see, they like to piece together pieces from different types of creatures to like strengthen themselves. And this is what a combat page looks like. So this will tell us we're going to fight this one creature for 3 rounds with 3 potential rolls: wisdom, attack, and damage. But let's see what the description says. From the ships that hover above the city, Stitchers begin to rappel down and descend to the streets. Everyone flees in fear. The Stitchers start attacking mercilessly and taking helpless people. Several are coming for you and Maddox. Okay. Oh, I looked at that wrong. So we have 3 different Stitchers that we're going to fight for one round each. So let's just get into it. So brief stats. It looks like, okay, so before we attack, we will have to make a wisdom roll to avoid becoming frightened, and then we will make our attack roll, and then we will make our damage roll. So our wisdom is a +4, our attack is a +6, and our damage is 2d10 + 2. So let's just get into it. Stitcher number 1, so wisdom roll first. And I rolled a 13, so that gives us 17. And we need a 9 or more to avoid becoming frightened. Or no, if it's 9 or less, you are frightened. So 10 or more to avoid becoming frightened. So we are good. If we become frightened, that means that we roll our attack twice and take the second result if it's smaller than the first. Okay, so let's just do our normal attack because we passed natural 20, which doesn't mean much in the way that the mechanics works in this one, outside of you just rolled really well, so most likely you'll pass. So that gives us a 26 to hit. And for this specific Stitcher, we needed a 13 or more. So let us roll damage on him. So 2d10. So that gives us 9 and then plus 2, so 11 total damage. If you hit and your damage roll is 7 or more, the Stitcher dies. So he is dead, and we will move on to Stitcher number 2. So wisdom roll first. That is a 9. So that gives us 13, which is 10 or more. And then we will attack. And that is a 19. Okay, we're feeling our attacks here. So 25 to hit this guy. And this one needed a 12 or more, so he is hit. So damage here is 14 total damage, and this one needed 9 or more to be killed, so he is dead. And then on to Stitcher number 3. And our wisdom roll, I rolled an 8, so that's 12 total. So we do pass it. On to our attack is another 19. Okay, so this one is 25 once again, and the third Stitcher needs a 13 or more. And then damage is 12 plus 2, so 14 total damage on him. And this one needed 8 or more. So we have killed all 3 Stitchers, and we collect 1 credit for each Stitcher you killed. So we get 3 credits. And then a special event that they added also for 2023 is the Sunday Lottery. So this is on the weekend page. I should also mention Saturdays and Sundays are combined. You probably saw that, but you only have 1 page when it comes to the weekends. So that's one of the Stitchers we probably faced. And what the Sunday Lottery is you get to roll a d6 if you so choose. If you roll a 1 or a 2, you lose some credits. If you roll a 3 through 6, you gain some credits. So it's worth it. So far, I haven't lost any credits, but now that I said that, I probably jinxed myself. I rolled a 3, so we are good. So gain 1 credit. So a total of 4 credits for the day. So I'll get my character sheet updated on what we have credits-wise, and I think that's it for you. So I've kept it under 40 minutes. Just barely, but I've kept it under 40 minutes. So I'm going to get ready for bed, go back to reading, and enjoy the rest of my night, and I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you have a great Monday. Hello, happy Monday. And yay for some natural lighting a little bit. I just got home from work not too long ago. It's just after 5:30, and I have some things I have to do. I have been going through boxes, and because I haven't been able to use my washer dryer for the past couple weeks because my dryer broke, I was kind of storing and putting boxes in front of my washer and dryer for organizational purposes, and they are finally coming to fix my dryer tomorrow, so I have to organize things. And even though I just did the cat box, I want to redo the cat box, so in case she goes potty, it's not too bad tomorrow when they're here. So I have some things to do tonight. I'm debating if I want to pick up an audiobook or something while I work. I might just wait and read when I get my stuff done. So we're going to go through books really quickly. So I don't have an audiobook going right now. As for Wolf Gone Wild, I did get to chapter 21 last night. So I'm 54% through. So we are just about ready to do the first real attempt at removing Mateo's hex. So we've gone through the haunted house, which is one of my favorite scenes, and Evie and Mateo have been spending time together, and I love it. And I was feeling my Lord of the Ring earrings today, so I wore those. And yeah, it's just so cozy feeling to me, and I am just loving going back and rereading. And it's fun because knowing who the big bad is in this, it's fun to kind of see those little tiny bits of hints like rereading it. So, and I did look, and I had thought I had reread it before, but according to Goodreads, it says that this is only the second time. So maybe I just thought I was going to reread it, and then I never actually did. And then maybe I just like reread my review or something like that. So anyway, I'm chugging through it. We'll see if I'm able to finish it tonight. I would think at the very least I could finish it tomorrow night during the Avalanche game because playoff starts tomorrow. But anyway, I also have to dig out my playoff pom-pom. Now that I'm thinking about it, I will have to put that on my to-do list when I am done here. So that is it. Book news, nothing too much. And then we will do, I do have a quick unboxing. I did get my Kal-El subscription in the mail today, and I have no idea where we are because things kind of got behind again for them, and they were waiting for things to come out of customs once again. And November's box was Princess Leia, and then December was supposed to be Nightmare Before Christmas, and then they skipped July and February to try to get caught up, and then March is supposed to be, I think, Descendants. But I can't remember if I ever got, I know in January they were saying they were hoping to get November and December's boxes out by like February, but I don't think I ever got them. I don't remember unboxing them. Maybe we got one of them, but I don't remember getting any new Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. Maybe we got Princess Leia. I remember the box before that, October, was Tangled, and I did get the Tangled box. So we'll see which one this actually is. Okay. It's Princess Leia. Okay, cool. So I will link them down below. There is slowness issues and them getting things out on time, but it really only kind of started with the pandemic. And then that did happen a couple of times before that, but that was mostly due to her having mental health things, but she was very upfront and aware, and I still will support her. This is the Fandom monthly box. It comes mostly with jewelry, which, fun fact, I got these actually came from this subscription when they did Lord of the Rings. And a lot of the months are announced kind of in 3 or 4 groups in advance. Let me see here. So like I said, this is Princess Leia because I did see the artwork. So it usually comes with some jewelry. It usually comes with like a postcard with some like more official kind of stills or artwork from whatever the fandom is. Then it usually has a watercolor artwork that she does herself. And then I'm trying to bring up what it was. Oh my gosh. We're like freaking out on me here. I don't know why you're freaking out on me. It usually has jewelry, and then I think there's usually a magnet and a pin, an enamel pin, and then usually something, 1 or 2 other extra things. But she also does designs that she sells just straight in her shop. So, okay, so if you were wondering, March's planned fandom is Disney's Descendants, April is The Little Mermaid, May is Guardians of the Galaxy, and June is Loki. So if you're interested in any of those fandoms coming up, she might be postponing things a little bit again. I don't know if March is still supposed to be the Descendants or if she's going to postpone them a little bit until, because she tends to kind of move things forward if things are taking a while to get out because she doesn't want to get too behind. But she's very upfront. She pauses the subscription so it doesn't do it. Mine comes out to think $25.25 or something like that with tax. But I will link her down below. So here is the official postcard that we get. I like to turn these like into magnets. or just use them as fun art. And then it has the descriptions of everything on the back, but I'm not going to look at that yet because I like to be surprised. And then here is our watercolor artwork, which I'm going to leave in its cover. So we got some fun Princess Leia artwork. So let's see what else we get. So everything else is wrapped in here, and I'm excited. So I'm going to try to keep from looking at what things are to try to be surprised at what we've got. So set the tissue paper over there. So here's something in bubble wrap. And this is The Future of the Galaxy is Female. And I can't tell what this is. That's the packaging it looks like. Okay, there's something inside of this. If I can push it out. Okay. So, same thing on here. And this, oh, okay, it looks like it's a blush or something like that. So, I don't really know too much. But it's really pretty pink sparkly, and then a little mirror. So that's cool. I don't really wear makeup, but I think that's a good, I might gift this away to someone, see if it's their color, but I think that's a good, like, nice neutral color if I decide to keep it. And then it looks like, okay, and then it looks like we got a little hand mirror with the same design. And oh, and this is a double mirror, which is perfect. And I have one that I have been using that's like this, but the mirror on one side keeps popping out. But I haven't gotten rid of it because it was a gift from someone. So when I was studying abroad in Japan, and it was and it has a really pretty, like, Chinese embossed design on the front. But it might be time to switch to one. Or I might gift this along with whoever I give the eyeshadow to. So that's really cool. But I like this design. It's really pretty. And then here is our magnet. And they used to be really thin magnets, but now they're a little more heftier. So here is the magnet for this month, and it's got rubbery, and as you can see, it is very thick. But that is super cool. I will be putting this directly on my fridge. I love that. Hi. So now we've got jewelry. So we will pop this open here. All right. So we've got a necklace. Princess Rebel General Hope. It's not really working for me properly here, so I will take it out of the packaging. So this is like a really pretty, like, almost rose gold. If we can get it to focus. There we go. Yeah, it's hard to kind of read, but it says Princess Rebel General Hope. And it's kind of in like a guitar pick shaped. And it's maybe not rose gold, but it's like a bronzy goldish color. Not 100% sure what that is. And then it looks like we didn't get earrings. Usually you get a set of earrings as well, but I don't see any earrings. But this is a gray rope, or I guess it's not rope. It feels almost like a faux leather, but it's got two little heart charms on it. And one says, I love you, and the other says, I know. And it is the little slip knot one here, so you can make it resizable to fit any. You could even, if you have really small feet, probably use this as an anklet, which is cool. And then it looks like we have our enamel pin, and that looks like it is her lightsaber, which is super cool. So let's see what the descriptions say for everything. So once again, it's on the back of this. So number 1, Princess Leia inspired necklace. I love you, I know leather bracelet. the Leia magnet, a compact mirror, cheek highlighter, so that's what that is, a Leia saber pin, and a 4x6 art print. So this is the first time that they haven't come with earrings that I've seen. Usually we get a necklace, earrings. A lot of the times it'll come with some sort of bracelet or other piece of jewelry and then the enamel pin. But maybe they had production issues and they weren't able to get the earrings in time or had to dispatch that. But that is a-okay. I have more than enough earrings. Although the earrings is probably my favorite part because I love fun, unique earrings. But anyway, I'm super excited. I like Princess Leia. I'm a big Star Wars fan. And I'm excited to get a lot of this added to my collection of jewelry. And who needs pretty jewelry when you can have fandom jewelry? Am I right? So we will leave it at that. Like I said, I'll link Kal-El down below. And let's do the quest calendar. So yesterday we fought some Stitchers as they kind of were invading this town. So let's see what happens today. Okay. Oh, it looks like they're trying to take Maddox, which is unfortunate. And we've got 3 different Stitchers. So we can see more different kinds of the Frankenstein monster type creatures. So, a Stitcher picks up Maddox and takes off with him down the road. Others swarm on top of you and prevent you from getting to him. Alright, so same thing. We'll have to make a wisdom roll to avoid becoming frightened. And then our attack roll and our damage roll. So, I am just going to kind of look at things here a little bit. So, on this, okay, it looks like our wisdom roll isn't going to be the same every time, which is interesting. Because usually it's supposed to be like just a straight like skill check, but it does vary this time. So we will have to see. Once again, our wisdom is a +4, our attack is a +6, and our damage is 2d10 +2. So that is a 17 for my wisdom roll. So grand total 21. And we needed 9 or more to avoid becoming frightened that time. So for our attack, that is a 6, or is that a 9? It's a 9. Okay. I was like, where's the little dot? So that's 15 to hit. And this one we needed 13 or more. So perfect. I will roll damage. And that is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 damage on him. And we needed 7 or more to kill him. So on to Stitcher number 2. So wisdom roll. That is a 7. So 11 total. And we needed a 10 or more to avoid becoming frightened. Thankfully. Okay. All right. So attacking, that is a 17. Crazy. So 23 to hit. And this one we needed 12 or more. So I will roll damage. And that is 6 and 7, so 13, 14, 15 total damage. And we needed 8 or more to kill him. So dead is Stitcher number 2. And on to the final Stitcher. So wisdom roll. Another 7, so 11. And this time we needed 9 or more. So thankfully we just barely made it. And then our attack is a natural 20. Nice. So 26 to hit. And the third Stitcher we needed 13 or more. So final round of damage is 8. So 10 total damage. And this guy we needed 7 or more to kill him. Excuse me. And that's it for today. Collect 1 credit for each Stitcher you killed. So I will add 3 credits to my character sheet. And that's all I have. So quick update today. Well, kind of ish. Quick for my usual updates, right? But yeah, I'm gonna get on my work clothes and put on some more kind of grungy clothes and do a little bit of cleaning and see what I can get done tonight in time. But thankfully I only work, like if I hit the one light green, because I have one stop sign and one light to get to work, if I hit the light green, it takes me like 3 minutes to get to work. So when they call, I can just come straight home and I'll have a little bit of leeway before they get here. So I'll stop blabbering and I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you have a great Tuesday, and yay. And technically NHL playoffs start tonight. So I'll probably just turn on the games and just like mute them, because it'd be interesting to see at least what what's going on with the other Western Conference teams. But I will like officially start watching the playoffs tomorrow when the Avs play. So how exciting. But anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, happy Tuesday. I'm sorry if my washer and dryer is super loud. I can finally do laundry again. They gave me a time window of like 9 to 1 today, and the lady called me at 9:08 and said they were on their way. So I was like, yay, perfect. So yeah, that got done, and I was able to do like another round of dishes today, and I emptied and reloaded the dishwasher. So all I really have left from dishes that were in the storage unit, that some of them are like holiday kind of based stuff, which is what this box is behind me. So like deviled egg holders and just like hosting stuff for what mostly was holidays or when I used to do dinner parties. But all I have left are like pie covers and cake covers to wash, which they're a little big for my sink and for my dishwasher, so I'll have to figure that out. And then I have like a couple of wood appliances to wash, and then I also need to figure out my knife block, so I have to get that unpacked and dealt with as well. So, you know, I felt pretty happy, and I can do some laundry now, and I've already got my first load in the dryer, and the dryer works. I'm super excited. So I have over a month's worth of laundry, plus I have probably about 3 laundry baskets of clothing that was in the storage unit that I want to wash. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot. But anyway, as for reading wise, so last night I was like, oh, I'll just put on the Minnesota Wild and Dallas Stars game while I do stuff around the house. And then I was like, well, and then when it hit the third period, I was gonna go to bed, and I was like, I put the game on. I might as well actually like watch the game for a little bit. So they went into second overtime. It was almost 5 full periods of hockey, and I was like, why am I still watching this? Like, these aren't even my teams, but you know, we'll most likely end up having to play against whoever wins that series. So, and it's on the opposite night of the Avs. Speaking of, I did pull out my playoff pom-pom. I have it all like rolled up and stuck in this little basket, but I'm super excited. I have an extra one because when they did the playoff bubble back in the 2020, they had like fan kits that you could order, and so I got a fan kit, and it came with 2 playoff pom-poms, which is great. But yeah, so I'm super excited. Puck drop is supposed to be at 8. We shall see. The game that was last night that was supposed to be at 8, the previous game ran over, and so puck drop was until like 8:40 on that one. So that was crazy. So we will see what happens. Hopefully I'm not up super late tonight, because I do want to go into work early again tomorrow, because tomorrow I have Cheese's next vet appointment, so I'll have to leave to take care of that. So it's lots of stuff is going on. But as for Wolf Gone Wild, because I was working on so much stuff last night, I only really read during the last couple little bits of the periods that I like watched. So I'm only at like 67%. I think it's 68%. I'm on chapter 26, so I only read like 5 chapters last night, but that's fine. I plan on trying to get through as much of it as I can tonight, if not finishing it. I mean, it doesn't take very long for me to go through it because it's a reread, and I enjoy the writing style, so I just fly through it. It's just actually sitting down and focusing on reading. So, and since I have a little bit of time, I'm going to try to get as far as I can before the pregame shows start, and then we will see what happens. So Still chugging along on Wolf Gone Wild, and I'd like to get it done here. My goodness gracious. Kitty face. She's just full of it over there. So yeah, I think that's all I have for you. So let's do the quest calendar. So yesterday we were dealing with more Stitchers and they were trying to steal Maddox. We killed 3 more of those suckers. Oh, okay. All right. So we have a new type of like map situation. Interesting. So usually when there's like a dungeon or a maze or something like that is when we see these type of icons. Typically we start at the X and then we get to move through. But let's see what it says. The city is under attack by Stitchers. They are rounding up citizens to take away for harvesting. Their ships fly overhead, shooting and destroying buildings. One of the Stitchers took Maddox, but we just saved him. Okay. So begin at the X and navigate through the city and find Maddox. Visit each numbered area along your path. Resolve each area you visit before you choose your next. Okay, so I'm going to... So here's the X. Here's where we are starting. So I'm going to go... So 2 is the area that we will hit first because we're starting over here. So here's 2. And then I'm just going to continue to kind of loop around. So we'll hit 2. I'll hide my face so it focuses. And then we'll come over here and hit 4. And then 1. And then end at 3. So we'll see how that goes. Hi. Say, I'm sorry. I'm yelling at mommy. I'm just full of it. I'm a little kitty that's just full of it. She was very excited when I came home early today. And then she wanted to sit on my lap. And then she was like pitiful meowing when I was going back to work after being home for an hour. Because she wanted attention. Huh. And I could hear her last night. I kept calling for her when I was in my craft room. And she was like in the bedroom meowing. And then she was in the kitchen meowing. And then she was in her bathroom meowing. And I was like, Cheesy, I'm in the craft room. So I stuck my head out. She saw me and she was like, meow. And I was like, I'm in here. I've been in here. And then she like came in and looked around and looked at me. And then she just walked away. And I was like, okay. She was so stressed out because she couldn't find me. I know. It's hard to be a cheese poof, huh? Okay, so we are hitting area number 2 first. A ship hovers above the main street, shooting down any fleeing people it sees. So a dexterity roll reminder, stealthy. And we do not have stealthy. That's surprising. Okay. But our dexterity is a +4, so that's a good roll. All right, that's a 12, so 16. Okay, if the result is 15 or more, the Stitcher piloting the ship doesn't spot you and you sneak by. Perfect. So then we will head to area number 4. Okay, you have found Maddox with the other citizens and the Stitchers that took them. They are loading people onto a ship to take them away. There is no time to waste. You must attack them now. Decide on your approach. A, sneak up and attack, or B, intimidate. I'm going to do sneak up and attack. So dexterity roll, reminder, stealthy again. So just our normal +4. And I rolled a 9. So... is that a 9 or is that a 6? That is a 9. Okay. That gives us a 13. And do I want to use my free reroll per page? I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and we're going to see if we can get a better result. I want a better result. So 17. Okay, worth the reroll. So that puts us at 21. And if the result is 16 or more, gain a +2 bonus to all damage rolls on the next page. Okay, so I'm going to make a note, +2 to damage. Okay, And then we're going to go back around and we're going to visit the other areas. So next is Area 1. As you dart past an alley, you hear a woman screaming. You look and see a Stitcher trying to abduct a lady. Do you choose to help her? Yes. Gain 1 virtue point, attack, and roll damage. Okay, so our attack is a +6, and that is a 9, so 15. And we needed 14 or more to hit the enemy. Perfect, so I will roll damage. 2d10 plus 2. And that is 16, 17, 18 damage. Okay, so we killed the Stitcher. So if you defeated the Stitcher, note down rescued citizen somewhere for future use. Ooh, I wonder if she's some sort of important person. Okay, and then the final area is Area 3. A municipal building begins to buckle and collapse under the destructive blast of the Stitcher ships. The building is going to fall on top of you if you don't move out of the way quickly. So, Constitution roll, reminder, athlete, and danger sense. And we do have both of those, so those both give a +2, so that's a +4. And our Constitution is a 1, so we get a total of +5 to our roll. And that is a 14, so total of 19. If the result is 15 or more, you push and strain your body to move quickly as the building collapses and debris falls all around you. You avoid getting hurt. Perfect. So that's it for the quest calendar. I made notes. The only thing I'll have to change is up my virtue by 1, but otherwise that's it. So I'm going to get to reading and get through as much as I can of Wolf Gone Wild before the pregame show starts. And I probably won't be reading. I'll probably only be reading during intermissions and commercial breaks because it is now playoff hockey, and yeah, I'm super excited. So I will see you all tomorrow on Wednesday. I hope you have a good Wednesday, and go Avs, go. Hello. Long time no see. It is Saturday, and as you can probably tell, I am getting a sty. So my eye has been super swollen. But today, swelling is down a lot, which is nice. So yeah, I didn't film a clip the past couple nights. Wednesday, did I film a clip Wednesday? No, I didn't film a clip Wednesday. I don't know why I didn't film a clip Wednesday, but I didn't film a clip Wednesday. Thursday, the Avalanche game was on, and they won. So today is Saturday. So they play again tonight, and it is in Seattle. And first of all, the second game, like halfway through the second period, the Avs like flipped the switch and like remembered how like their style of hockey is played. And from that moment on, they just completely ran over Seattle. So, you know, the fan in me is like, hopefully that switch is what happened and they win out the rest of the series. However, it is kind of a big and fun, exciting thing that's happening because when I watched my hockey guy this morning, he was talking about how there hasn't been a Stanley Cup playoff game in Seattle since 1919. So that's ridiculous. It's been over 100 years. That is so crazy. So this is like a big deal. The return, I mean, it's the Kraken's only second season, so it's the first time they're in the playoffs. So this will be their first home playoff game, first playoff game in Seattle in over 100 years. So it's kind of like an exciting big deal. So I can understand, and we know, if we know anything, especially as Colorado sports fans, Seattle's fans show up. So I'm sure, and that's a reference to the Seattle Seahawks. But I know that like their other teams are popular as well, and they were super excited to get the Kraken. And it was kind of a long time coming. But anyway, it'll be a fun, exciting game for sure. And I'm excited, and I hope that the boys pull it out and we can move on. And yeah. Other news that I have to take you into. So Wednesday, I took Cheese in for her latest blood draw because we're still trying to get her thyroid regulated after whatever happened with her previous blood, where it was like everything skyrocketed and was crazy. So she's been on a higher dose of her medication, and she is she is in the perfect safe zone. And what I'm very excited for is that, with the thyroid up, more blood is being pumped. So there's more blood going through her kidneys. And it's very, very common for older cats specifically to have kidney disease. And so there were signs that she had a little bit of a kidney issues, but it's hard to tell because the thyroid being overactive was like masking other things. And her kidneys did jump up a little bit, but nowhere near the vet was like, I was expecting a lot higher jump. It was a very minimal jump. So, she has very minor kidney disease, and I don't have to change her diet. I don't have to do anything really, although I have been feeding her soft food just whenever she whines for it, just because she is getting old, and I know she gets more moisture and stuff from it, and she loves it, and she's getting old, and so I just want to make sure that her last however many years of her life she has with me, that I'm spoiling. I mean, I've always spoiled her, but she's 22 almost, and she turns 22 this year, and I cannot believe that I've had her for almost all of her life, and she's just my little baby kitty. I know. I've had her since she was just a tiny little kitten, and yeah, I just love it. So, yeah, that was really good news that I got yesterday when the vet called. Those are the two biggest things, or I guess three, if we count the sty, of what's going on in my life. So, hockey and my cat. That sounds about it. So, let's talk a little bit about books. So, Tuesday night, I did finish Wolf Gone Wild. 5 stars. I loved my reread. It was so much fun. It was really cool going back and seeing all the hints of who the big bad was at the end of the story. And it was just so much fun. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say outside of I love this series. If you haven't read this series, definitely read this series, especially as the final book is coming out. So, now's the perfect time to binge through the series because everything will be available. But 5 stars to Wolf Gone Wild. It's still a 5-star read for me. I just love them to pieces. And I have to say, the ballroom scene where they're doing the cocktail party with all of the witches, and it's the big American witches thing, when Mateo shows up and completely ignores her ex, who's being kind of handsy and gross, and he just is all about Evie. That's all he cares about, is he's all there for Evie. And Evie is the only person he sees, and he kind of snubs the head of the people. And he's just oh, sorry. But everyone they're she allows it, and Jules and the other Sadwell sisters are it's very obvious. He's there for Evie. He only cares about Evie, and he's gonna rescue her from that dick face. And yeah, I just love them. I love them to pieces. And this will always be one of my favorite books in the series because I connect so much with the nerddom, and while I am artistic in a different way, I do kind of connect with both of them in a slightly artistic way. And I just love them to pieces. So I finished this. As for what I use this for Gildathon, I applied this for by Hammer and Hand, which is characters that create something, and they're both artists, so they both are creating different kinds of things. For the Pretty Pretty Princess, I had to apply this to my bonus section, and I used this for the letter C for cross. For Read the Season, I had to shift this to holiday number 5. And I use this for the letter J for Juliet. For the Magical Readathon, this officially is my final remaining class, and the class is Spells and Incantation, and we were learning a spell this semester, and the spell was Magic Missile. I know I've joked about that before, but the specific prompt is a book that's between 389 and 415 pages, and the Kindle version of this is 395 pages. And I read this on my Kindle. So, there's that. I finished this Tuesday night. Then, when I was at the vet Wednesday morning, I started Don't Hex and Drive. I had purchased the ebook when this came out because I read it while I was waiting for my paperback to come. And I have since finished this. I finished this Thursday night during the post games after the Avalanche game. So yeah, I've already finished 2 of my books, which is great. This is Devraj, who is a vampire. He's a Staghorn vampire. We kind of get hints about him in the first book, which I never picked up. Like, I picked up on it, and I didn't, but because I didn't reread Wolf Gone Wild when Don't Hex and Drive came out, I didn't pick up on those hints, so I got the hints this time. I also got a lot of hints in Wolf Gone Wild for the 3rd book, which is fun, but I remember those being there, but I didn't remember them being, like, so blatantly obvious. So, but anyway, I love Devraj and Isidore. I love all of them, but this one also kind of has a special place in my heart because as much as I love werewolves, I started out as a vampire girly. I mean, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was obsessed with the Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. So like Interview with a Vampire, Queen of the Damned, the vampire named Lestat or something like that. Holy cow. Some like pickup truck just drove by and it's like bright pink. I've never seen a car that color. That was really weird. But then the like windows were like super tinted. So the windows looked black. That was a really weird looking truck. But anyway, so I mean, I love this one. It's also great. I love Devraj. Devraj is like a Bollywood actor, and he's super sexy. And like I said, I used to be a vampire girly, and I was never a fan of werewolves really until my friend introduced me to Patricia Briggs in college. And then I was like, okay, I see the appeal of werewolves. So I have since kind of shifted more towards shifters than vampires. But Don't Hex and Drive, you know, it always reminds me why I love vampires so much. And they will always be like at my core, my number one supernatural person, even though I am attracted to shifters a lot more now. But anyway, I love them. Isadora is definitely introverted, but she's kind of an extroverted introvert. Like, I feel like once you get to know her, she is very, like, sassy, and she, you know, is very confident. Not that introverted introverts can't be confident, but she is, like, she has things to say, but she has a very small circle of people that she trusts. And she's a plant girly, and she heals, and I just love them together. And I love that Devraj just cannot stay away from her. And they meet each other because he hits her on her bicycle with his car. And not any damage really. And, you know, I I just love them. I totally forgot about the like plot in this book, like the bad person plot in this book, that they were stealing girls. So, because I mean, what sticks out to me in this is the romance and all the cute little scenes, like where Isadora comes home and her sisters are watching one of his Bollywood movies, and she just gets so turned on, and then he walks in behind her and recognizes it, but she's still trying to pretend that like she doesn't like him and she doesn't want to be around him, but she's secretly like super attracted to him, not so secretly. And I just love it. Another still 5-star read for me. And I mean, I don't really have anything else to say outside of I love it, and please read the series. And I feel like as much as I can, like there are aspects that I can connect to most of the Savoy sisters. There are a couple I feel like that I connect to most. And for me, that's Evie and I think Clara. Like I've connected with Clara throughout the series so far, but I feel like Clara, who is the heroine of the final book, is also going to be one that I super connect with because she's crafty, she crochets, she knits, she has a romance book club, she loves historical romance. So anyway, I loved this, and I will talk a little bit more about Clara here in a second. But so for Gildathon, I use this for Hotshot, which is a main character that's highly trained. Like I said, Devraj is a Stygorn vampire, so they are like very highly trained to like hunter. Think like special ops vampire. For Pretty Pretty Princess, I also had to apply this to my bonus section, and I used this for the letter S. For Stay a Spell, which is the series name. For Read the Season, I had to apply this to holiday number 4, and this worked for the letter D, so don't hex and drive. For the Magical Readathon, I did decide, because it fit one of the optioned quest branches that I didn't do. I did apply it to one that's plants in pots, and the prompt is plants on the cover. So I got an extra 10 points of that. I figured might as well get an extra 10 points, because why not? Now, real quick, yesterday or on Thursday, I can't remember. My days have kind of blended together, but the arcs for, like the first round of arcs for the final book in the Stay a Spell series dropped. So I have Grim and Barrett sitting on my Kindle, but I'm going to get through my reread first. So, but yesterday, Friday, I ended up not reading anything. When I woke up, not only was my eye, like, this might be really gross for you, but my eye, you know, it's been crusty when I wake up and kind of glued shut a little bit, and so you got to clean everything out. But yesterday, my eye was so swollen, it was shut. So I ended up being late to work because I had to do quite a few different compresses just to try to get swelling down enough that I felt comfortable to drive to work. But thank goodness, I only live like 3 minutes away from my work now. So I felt comfortable doing it because I only had a short drive, which is nice. And I'm just like ruining things here. So anyway, let's try to fix this. So there's that. I didn't read anything. I do plan this weekend. I'm not going to go into it too much because I usually end these on Fridays, but I'm not. But I was going to start the audiobook for this. So that is my plan today, is to start the graphic audio for this, for the Innkeeper Chronicles, because that is coming up. So I will be... I had a bunch of plans this weekend, but like I wanted to work on another 10 boxes, and I have laundry, which I will still do laundry, but I had all these other plans of stuff I wanted to get done. But I don't think I want to work on boxes with my eyes in a sensitive place, because like with the dust and stuff, I just don't want to put my face in things when it's already kind of slightly compromised. So But anyway, so I'm hoping to start the audiobook for this after I'm done filming this clip and try to finish this weekend, and then hopefully be able to get through at least 1 or 2 more books of Stay a Spell before something happens, which I'll mention in a little bit. So there is that. Now, I guess I said I'd do it in a little bit, but I do have a little bit of an unboxing here. I have 3 things, but we're going to do 2 of them now and 1 of them at the end. So, recently announced the second round of the Novellathon, and I am very excited. Last time it happened, it was during FaroFeb, so I wasn't able to participate, but I did participate during the live shows and stuff, and it was so much fun. So it will be running the 26th, I think, through May 1st. So when you are watching this, or at least the day that this is set to upload, we are currently in the middle of the Novellathon, so you can check out my TBR here. But when I was going through my stuff, I was trying to put together a list of novellas that I really wanted to read, of which I have a whole bunch of them. So I have plans for that. But like I said, check my TBR. But I was thinking I still need to read the novella from the Cleclanian series. And I still have not read it. And it's by Victoria Aveline. And I got the anthology it was in a while ago. And then I checked out it on KU, but then I ended up returning it because there was something else I wanted. And then I was thinking, I wonder, too bad she doesn't have a paperback for it. And then I just looked, and there is a paperback for it. So I can have it on my shelves, and I can use it for the Novellathon. So I have the paperback for releasing Maledec, and I'm super excited for it. I am a little annoyed because I had a little bit of gift card left on my Amazon. So I ended up paying 29 cents for this because it was 2 cents over. So I would have had to pay 2 cents. But because it ended up not being a completely gift card thing, I had to pay the Colorado delivery tax of 27 cents. So that made it 29 cents. But it's fine. 29 cents for this cute novella. And I love the cover. I love Victoria Aveline's covers. And I'm super excited to finally read Releasing Maledec. So I plan on picking this up during the Novellathon. Although it's a lot longer than I thought it was. This says it's like 219 pages, but I feel like the ebook's a lot shorter, but I'm going to count it. All of the novellas I was looking at, I was trying to keep under 150, 160 pages, but I'm going to count this anyway because it's so pretty. And I love the backs of her books too. I think they're just always so pretty. So I'm excited to finally read Maledec and have it on my shelves because that's exciting too. And then the other unboxing I have for you is I finally opened my Conqueror app and put in and confirmed my mailing address. So I finally got my second. This is my second one. Lord of the Rings thing. So I've talked about it before. I joined the Conqueror Challenge. Virtual challenge, and you can do any sorts of distance-based exercising, so walking, jogging, running, swimming, rowing, anything that you can do in distances. And I signed up at the beginning of the year. I've done a couple of them, but I finally finished the second portion of the main Lord of the Rings one. So I have the Fellowship, and it finally arrived. And funny enough, I'm on the third one, which is the Mines of Moria. And I think the other day, I'm already at 80%. So it took me a while. I just kept forgetting to go into the app because you have to go into the app to confirm your address instead of onto their website. So I always forget to go into the app. But anyway, so I figured let's unbox it together because, it's so excited. So this is the one where they go up to Rivendell. Oh my gosh. I'm just throwing stuff all over the place. Oh my gosh. Okay. So here's the back of it. All right. So we'll show you this. So here's what that works. And I'll link them down below. So here's the metal. And it is see-through, if you can see. And then here's the back. Oh my gosh. And Sauron's there. I don't know if you can see. It's like right here's his crown. So he's like kind of hidden, but Sauron is there. You could probably just see that there is some texture, but it's Sauron. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. So there is the Fellowship. So this is, oh, I love it to pieces. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. Super exciting. So I got my second one, so soon I will get the Mines of Moria. Hopefully within the next couple weeks here, because I'm already 80%, but I can't even remember how long that one is. But I got my next. I'm excited. And I think these are so gorgeous and absolutely worth it. And they've got like a little congratulations scroll thing in the front of that. Okay, so I'll put that there. I have one other unboxing, but I'm going to switch over. We're going to do the quest calendar and then go back to that final unboxing here. So we have 3 days to do for the quest calendar: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So where we left off was we were looking for Maddox and we were kind of exploring around the town and we finally found him. So, yep, there he is. With the Stitcher that's like trying to kidnap him. So let's move on. Now is your chance to save Maddox and a few other citizens from getting abducted. You just need to take out the Stitchers. So we will have 3 Stitchers, 1 round each based on this. And then we will have to make the wisdom, attack, and damage roll. And wisdom rolls are going to be avoiding becoming frightened once again. So a reminder for my, throwing things on the floor here. Reminder to myself, attack is +6, damage is 2d10 +2, our wisdom is +4, and for today's page we get +2 to all of our damage as well. So we are at 2d10 +4, which is great. Okay, so let's just get into it. So wisdom roll, that is a 15, so we are at 19. And we needed a 9 or more to avoid becoming frightened, so we are good. On to attacking. That is another 15, weird. So 21 total to attack, and we needed 13 or more. And my heater just popped on. We had snow this morning, which is crazy, but I prefer this colder weather, so I'm not mad about it. So that is a 9, and that was a 3. So +2 plus another 2, right? So +4. So 16 total damage. And we needed 7 or more. So Stitcher number 1 is dead. So second wisdom roll, that is an 8. So we are at 12. This one we needed 9 or more, so we are not frightened. So attacking is a 1. I'm gonna use my re-roll of the page for that, and that is a 7. So 13. This one, okay, we needed 12 or more to hit. Perfect. I was like, oh no, that wasn't. I mean, it was still better than a 1, right? That is 9, 10, 11. So 15 damage on Stitcher number 2. This one needed 9 or more, so he is dead. And then on to Stitcher number 3. So we got a 9 for our wisdom roll, so that is a total of 13. And we needed 10 or more on this guy. So attacking, that's a 16. So 22 to hit. And we needed 12 or more on Stitcher number 3. So final damage, I just threw my dice. So 16 damage on Stitcher number 3. And he is dead as well, because we needed 8 or more for the final one. So collect 1 credit for each Stitcher you killed. So we get 3 credits. Perfect. Okay, moving on. So we should have saved Maddox and the people, but let's see if we have more to do. Nope, it looks like we get to move on. And the city is still kind of being hit and crazy. Alright, so you make it back to the Fang with Maddox and find the other crew members holding off the Stitchers while waiting for you. Maddox and the rest are concerned for Andy, the scientists, and the rest of the crew still at the scrapyard. So A, fly through the city and shoot down Stitcher ships, or B, fly along the outskirts of the city to avoid the Stitchers. Yeah, no, we're gonna shoot them down. I want to try to help save these people. Even though them crashing into the ground isn't better, but I'd rather that than, like, Stitchers attacking people. So, fly through the city is option A, and that's the one we're gonna go for. So, gain 1 virtue point. Heck yeah. So, we are now at a positive +9. You shoot at some of the ships as you fly by. You save a couple of lives with every ship you destroy. Some fire back. Engage in ship combat. Okay, so let me switch over my character sheet here to the ship. Okay, so our aim is +20. Alright, and this is, if you haven't seen, ship combat is done in a percentile roll. So let's do our aim, and then evasion is like if we don't hit. So hit is like, so aim is our attack, and then evasion is like our defense. So that is 88. Okay, so 108. If your aim is 70 or more, your shot hits and you take no damage. Perfect. So then on to ship number 2. That is 43, so 63. Ooh, if your aim roll is 60 or more, so just barely, we hit. Okay, so gain 1 credit for each ship you hit. So we gain 2 more credits. Perfect. So there is Thursday's events. So now let's do Friday and wrap up the quest calendar for the week. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Those don't look like Stitchers. Those look like other people. And they've got somebody in like a tube. I can't tell if that's Andy or not. On your approach, you see a large ship has landed in the scrapyard. It is an older Zorian Empire vessel. You exit the Karnak and find a group of Zorian officers have taken Andy hostage. A commanding officer orders the others to fire at you. Okay, so I'm guessing this is the commanding officer, because he's the only one not shooting lasers at us. Okay, so we're just going to have a very simple... number 1 is, do you recognize the officers, which is an intellect roll, and then 2 is engaging combat, and it looks like we will have very simple attack and damage, 1 round each for the 3 Zorians. So, let us switch over. Okay, so intellect roll, reminder student. Let's switch back from our ship. Okay, so we do not have a student, and our intelligence is a +1, so that is a 17. Nice, so 18 total. If the result is 13 or more, their uniforms indicate they are high-ranking officers of the Zorian Empire. You recognize the purple one as the famous Admiral Ancor. He was the Emperor's second-in-command and leader of the Empire's armies. The teal squid-like one is Commander Calamore. He was Admiral Ancor's second-in-command and leading officer. Okay. But what do we do with that information? Okay. We recognize them, which is good, I guess. All right, so engage in combat. So attack, once again, we're at a +6. That is a 19, so 25. Okay, and we needed 13 or more to hit, so he is hit. And we are back down to just our 2d10 +2. And that is 9 total damage. And we needed 8 or more to kill that guy. So Zorian number 1 is dead. On to Zorian number 2. Attacking is a 16, so 22 to hit. And we needed a 13 or more. So damage is 17, 18, 19 damage. Wow, that's a high roll. And this one we needed 9 or more. So we have almost doubled him, which is crazy. And Thorian number 3. Attacking is a 10, so 16 to hit. And we needed 14 or more, so okay. And then final damage is 10, so 12 total damage. And he needed 5 or 7 or more, so the third Thorian is also dead. So, collect 1 credit for each enemy you killed. So, another 3 credits for killing people there. And that's it for the quest calendar for the week, which is perfect. We are all caught up. So, let's do the final unboxing, and then I will wrap things up here. Take a drink of my coffee. So, the final thing I have is my Fortune Cookie Soap box. This is a monthly subscription box from Fortune Cookie Soap. I am grandfathered in at the old price, but I believe the new price is $19.95. I pay $16.95. They are a small bath and body works company based out of Oklahoma, and they do monthly collections, like different scent collections in a variety of products. I'm a big fan of them. The subscription box gets sent out around the 12th. You are charged like a month in advance for it, so there's a little bit of a like it comes out on the 10th of the month, and so like you get charged on the, you get charged March 10th, I think, for April's box. It's the way it works, or maybe it's May's box, but you pay a little bit early because they still have to like make the stuff and give everything time to cure and whatnot. But anyway, they do have a Facebook group that does spoilers for all the scents, and then they usually have a collection that comes out at the end of the month, which has the scents, maybe a couple more other scents in a large array of different products. And your subscription also comes with a $10 coupon off of $25 or more, which is great. So it's a good way to like check out the different scents. And yeah, I'm a big fan of them. So I haven't been getting I don't like get on Facebook anymore, so I haven't been checking what our things are. So I have no idea what we've got. So let's see. Okay, look on the bright side. So it's all fruity, and on the back are the scent descriptions, but I like to smell things first. So this is the April box. So as you can see, April 28th at 2 p.m. CST is when the extended collection launches, and it looks like at 1 p.m. you can be on their Facebook for live shows and prizes and stuff. I usually don't participate in that because I'm usually working, but I have done their late night ones. So usually it's 4 to 5 items, but then they also kind of have quarterly boxes which have more scents. And then also for each collection they design 4 stickers, and you get a random sticker, but then you can also buy the 4-pack of the stickers for like $3.99 on their website. So that is what we got here. And then the tissue paper they wrap everything in usually matches the theme as well. So the sticker we got is "You Are Berry Special." It's covered in strawberries, so that's super cute. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Oh, okay, there's a lot more items in this than I was expecting. All right, so I'll just grab one and we will get going. So here is Twinkle Moisturizer plus peach extract, and this is in the scent You're a Peach. So it's really kind of hard to read because it's very tiny, but it's got this pretty like pale pink top, and it is very thick. Oh yeah, it smells like peaches. Oh, you know what it smells like? Not just peaches. It smells like those gummy peach rings by like Trolley. That's what it smells like. Peach candy, which I am a fan of. So what kind of moisturizer is this? To use. Moisturize your face and neck every morning and night after you cleanse and tone. Always moisturize your face and neck in upward motions. Be very delicate around the eyes. Okay, yeah, so it's a facial moisturizer, which is cool. I've never seen them do facial moisturizers before, but let's see what it says. You're as sweet as a Georgia peach. Sugared peaches blended with bright notes of mango, papaya, and pear. You gotta get a peach of this. So, yep. Sugar and peaches, so peach candy. I hit that one on the head. So here, solid sugar scrub called Squeeze the Day. So there's that. And then, look at that. That's super cute. Let me pop it open though, because there's like residue on the inside of the bag. So let's open it up. And you can see it without that plastic. But I've gotten the solid sugar scrub from them before, but I haven't tried it yet because I have an open thing of like a jarred sugar scrub that I'm still going through. But this is very, I mean, this scent collection I think is going to be up my boat, because if it's all going to be fruity scents, those are my typical scents that I love and use all the time. This is a perfect spring into summer scent collection, I think. This is citrusy, but I'm also getting like the sugary candy kind of scents to it. So that's exciting. A sugared scrubber, a solid sugar scrub. So after washing, step out of the stream of water and lightly rub bar all over. Follow up with your hands to massage and exfoliate your skin. Rinse off the remaining sugar and lightly towel dry. Your skin will feel like velvet. No need to add any extra moisturizer. Okay, so let's see what the official scent is. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, a bright sparkling blend of orange and grapefruit, sweetened with cassis, pineapple, and vanilla. Simply the zest. Cute. Okay. Moving on. All right, this is really tiny. Oh my gosh, it's a tiny little lip balm. So Honeydew I Love You lip balm. I've never seen a lip balm this tiny. This is ridiculous. I've gotten lip balms before, but they're like more normal sized. I'm guessing this is going to smell like honeydew, and I'm very excited for that. I'm a big fan of honeydew. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. This smells like cutting open a freaking honeydew. I love it. Ooh, that melts really quickly. Yeah, it like melt. I don't know if you can tell, but it like melted really like on skin contact. I didn't have to press very hard. It like in a good way, like it melted onto my lips. It feels like. Doesn't really taste good. It tastes just like. It smells great. I can smell it though. I love this. I love this. I do wish that they would have put a little bit of a taste element in it, even if it was just like a touch of vanilla or sugar or just something instead of just the butters and oils. But I love this scent. Okay, so yeah, you're wanting a melon. Sweet honeydew mingles with juicy watermelon and light cucumber to create this flavorful blend. All I'm getting is the honeydew, but I am okay with that because I am a fan of honeydew. Oh my gosh, I just want, like, my mouth is salivating right now because I just want to go buy a honeydew, even though they're not in season right now. Okay, moving on. Cherry-ish Yourself mini car freshies. Interesting. Oh my god, it's so cute. Okay, so there's that. And I'm just going to open it. So I have seen their car freshies before. I haven't bought them. I usually put their scent diffusers in my car, but they're like beads that they like bake. Although you have to be careful. I haven't got them because when they were like getting super popular, it was summertime and they kind of can melt. But look, it's super cute. It's little cherries. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it smells like cherries. And maybe a little bit of like lime or something. It smells kind of like a cherry limeade. Like there's lime or lemon or something else like slightly sour in it. Maybe even a grapefruit since we saw grapefruit before, but that is super cute. I love that it's little. I don't think it'd last very long, but yeah, hang car freshie from your rear view mirror for an instant car freshener. It's super little, but I definitely might look into getting a larger one of those with my coupon, but let's see what the description says. This scent was cherry picked just for you. Sweet, refreshing cherry combines with vanilla shaved ice and a light twist of lime. It's terrific. Perfect. I feel like they've had a lot more mini items this month, and usually they're a little more like they're, even if they aren't, like usually there's one full size item and then the rest are like half size, but these are like mini, not half size. So that's a little unfortunate. But here is our final item, the Berry Best OCD hand sanitizer. And they do call it OCD hand sanitizer because I know that a bunch of proceeds goes to an OCD something. So I have a lot of their hand sanitizers. I love their hand sanitizers. They have a nice scent. They have, a lot of them have like aloe in them. So they also leave your hands, like you don't feel stripped if you use their hand sanitizer a lot. I am a huge fan of their hand sanitizer. So for me, I always have to use it because I just smell alcohol when I smell it out of the jar. So, and this is why I waited till after everything to do this, because I didn't know what kinds of scents, what kinds of items we were going to get in the box. So if there was going to be lotions and stuff, I didn't want to touch everything else with the lotions and things. So let's rub in the hand sanitizer and see. I can smell the alcohol, but let's get that out of the way. Nope. Okay. We're going to shake it a little bit because that just smells like alcohol and that's not fun. That's fun for no one. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, that's still super alcohol based. All I can smell is alcohol with it. So I don't know if it's not mixed very well or it's separated. Let me open it and see if I can smell anything. Okay, I can smell it from here. That's weird. Usually I can't. Usually it smells like alcohol in the jar and I have to put it on, but yeah, this is like a berry mix, like strawberry, blueberry, that kind of a thing. Always remember you're the berry best. Fresh strawberries and tart raspberries swirl around rich sugary cream for a berry delectable treat. Yeah, I definitely got the strawberries in the bottle. Okay. It's very faint in my hands now that it's had. Oh, my hands feel so soft right now. Like, no kidding. I love their hand sanitizer. Like, my hands don't feel stripped at all, which is so nice. But yeah. Okay. That's it. That's it. I'll have Fortune Cookie Soap linked down below. I love their products. This is right up my alley. I think this is the only scent I wouldn't give a 5. I'd probably give this a 4, but I might enjoy this scent better in a different type of product where I can get more of the scent. So that's where I'm going to leave that. Rating wise, everything else was a 5 and I love them. So that's it. So thank you so much for watching. I know this is going to be another long one, another long update today, but we had 3 days to catch up on. But thank you so much for watching. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please do so now. If you'd like to see more videos from me, and if you'd like to leave me a comment down below, let me know what your favorite scents of these. And if you'd just like to leave an emoji, leave me your favorite fruit emoji. But otherwise, I will see you soon with another video.